Hey, Joseph.
Hmm?
You excited for the new TCG deck?
Yeah, doesn't seem powerful now, but I'm sure the second wave will really bring the whole thing together.
Hey, Joseph.
Hmm?
You excited for the new TCG deck?
Yeah, doesn't seem powerful now, but I'm sure the second wave will really bring the whole thing together.
Hey, Joseph.
Hmm?
You excited for the new TCG deck?
Yeah, doesn't seem powerful now, but I'm sure the second wave will really bring the whole thing together.
Joseph?
Hmm?
You excited for the new...
I've been thinking of getting into bird watching.
Well, can you wash your shirt first? It really stinks.
Good afternoon, Jank enthusiasts. I'm MBT, and this is 10-Minute Testing. Konami, we get the picture. After the mega threat that was Mitsurugi, we are never again allowed to have a good second wave of a world premiere archetype. Such is the case with the most recent Potentials men found in Blazing Dominion, GMX. Well, let's deal with their impending extinction.
Do you know what time it is?
What time is it, Gobbles?
So here's the list. As always, I'll give you a background about the archetype, a little bit of a discussion about what I hope the deck can do, and of course, the card by card. But first, this video is sponsored by Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck. Despite what some Yu-Gi-Tubers who shall not be named would have you believe, the TCG is alive and well. And if you're looking to start your journey into paper, there's no better place to begin than Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck. With up-to-the-minute reporting on every major tournament worldwide, searchable and interactable pie charts and deck lists, and all the bells and whistles you've come to expect from one of the best draft and collection management sites on the net, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck is the place to be. Check it out today at www.ygoprodeck.com. Now back to the video. With that, let's get into GMX. GMX is an archetype of dinosaurs and their associated handlers, or occasionally pre-evolutionary forms, that slot nicely into a deck alongside the common ancestor of all dinosaur strategies, Soul Eating Oviraptor. By pivoting between dinosaurs old enough to be fossilized and new fusion monsters, the first wave of GMX was able to accomplish, well, not much of anything. But the pieces were all there. All it would take were a few more relevant cards to begin a new epoch of evolution. Players were hopeful that the promising first wave of this archetype would be followed up with a strong second wave of support. But how many times have we been here? When Blazing Dominion released, it became clear immediately that despite the incredible amount of new support cards for GMX, they hadn't given it anything worth making, any tools to effectively play through a board, or any way to mitigate the huge weakness that was accidentally killing yourself off of Applied Experiment. As a result, today we're playing the most obvious shell in human history, making use of Dolka and Lagia like it's 2017. Someday Dino's game plan will evolve, but not today. So with that, let's get into the card by card. First up, GMX partner Celandea. You can reveal this card in your hand to special summon a GMX or a dinosaur monster from your hand. Also, you can only attack directly with GMX monsters for the rest of the turn. Why? If this card is special summoned by a monster effect, you can special summon one level 4 or lower GMX or dinosaur monster from your hand, graveyard, or banishment in defense position, and of course, it's a once per turn. We've got Chairman Kimridge, Researcher Soland, Returned Dino Deneen, GMX Associate Noma, and then GMX Suppression Squad. If this card is in your hand and you control GMX monster or dinosaur monster, you can special this card. You can target a face-up monster on the field, excavate the top cards of your deck until you excavate a dinosaur, send it to the graveyard, and the targeted monster becomes a dinosaur until the end of the turn. Shuffle the rest into the deck. After that, we've got 3 Oviraptor, 1 Miscellaneous Source, an Evil Sor Laios, and a Mega Corilla. Following that, we have the new GMX 55th Experiment Report Fusion, a dinosaur fusion from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. If your opponent controls a monster, you can also use a GMX monster from your deck as material. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, excavate the top cards of your deck until you excavate a GMX, add the GMX to your hand, and shuffle the rest into the deck. Finally, we have 2 copies of Applied Experiment 55, and then after that, we've got 3 Fossil Dig and an Evo Singularity. For non-engine, we are on Ash Blossom, Fuelos, Troll, Called by the Grave, Triple Tack, and Triple Forbidden Crown. Big weekend for this card. In the extra, we are a Cross Sheep deck. The usual line is going to go through this card into Promethean Princess, courtesy of any of the Evil Sores or Miscellaneous Source, and then end on an Amphibious Swarm Ship Amblo Whale. We've got a Masquerain and an SP to help facilitate that, alongside a Hita, and of course, because we're playing all those cards, the World Sea and Raging Phoenix that were so popular in Snake Eyes. For Evols, we have Lars, Lagia, and Dolka, of course, aided by Evo Singularity here, and then for fusions, we have Deneen Evolved, which can be made with a Returned Dino Deneen and a Dinosaur. When special summoned, you can add a GMX from your deck to your hand, and if you excavate a card by a GMX effect, you can Activate the following effect based on where this card is at activation. If it's on the field, it gains 1,500 life points. If it's in the graveyard, it can be special summoned. We've got GMX Comprex, which can be made with a GMX and 2 dinosaurs. It gains these effects based on the number of dinosaurs used as fusion material for this card. At 3, it can be targeted. At 4, it can make 3 attacks. And at 5, each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster, they lose 800. That's right. Did you find the word negate on this card? Once per turn, if you excavate a card by a GMX card effect, you can destroy all other monsters on the field, meaning the afterthought that is Nerva is this deck's primary game plan. We've got Alos and Velox, and let's go to the side where we've got Pankratops, Ghost Ogres, Ghost Bells, Perulia, Harpy's Feather Duster, a Solemn Judgment, and triple Solemn Warning. So with that, let's check out some games. Our first match is up against Elf Note, a really excellent deck that I'm excited to play against. Our hand looks good enough, so let's get it going. We're going to begin with a copy of Fossil Dig, and thankfully no Droll. After that, we're going to normal summon a Soul Eating Overraptor, and it's like 2017 never ended. Let's grab Misk, activate the effect of the Misk, and then afterwards activate the effect of the Misk for 1 to grab a copy of Deneen from deck. We'll trigger the effect of the Deneen in order to grab a copy of Chairman Kimmeridge. Then afterwards, we can use Big Deneen in order to use its on-field effect and summon back the Misk. From here, we can make a Dolka, then go for Chairman Kimmeridge in order to cycle for an Experiment 55, and let's not accidentally kill ourselves here. Okay. Like I said, let's not accidentally kill ourselves. Okay, I get it. Let's not accidentally kill ourselves, dog. Okay, well, we took a cool 5,600 life points to activate that effect, but no big deal. We get to Alos and return Deneen, and then get to go into Evolved Deneen. We'll trigger both Deneens here in sequence, and grab ourselves a copy of Suppression Squad. From here, we can make Cross Sheep, summon to a link point, trigger the effect of the Cross Sheep, and bring back this copy of Researcher, whose effect will trigger in order to grab us a copy of 55th Experiment Report. Finally, we will cycle here, grabbing off the top, a Leos, which we can use Evolved Deneen in order to summon back IP Masquerena, Promethean Princess, cycle into it, and trigger the effect of the Leos, so we also get to end on a copy of Evo Singularity. Finally, we will Leos effect in order to send Mega Corilla, overlay for Lagia, and link off for an Ambler Whale before setting 3 and passing. Our opponent draws for turn, a little too late, before going for Junodoro. They'll normal summon a Medius the Pure that is worth a Dolka to me, Regina next. Let's Dolka that as well. They'll Harmonia after that, and we don't have a response, so they are going to get rid of our Lagia, and then at Point of Resolution, they can trigger the effect of the Maelong in the graveyard targeting our Ambler Whale. Now, we do get to pop it and the Harmonia, courtesy of Promethean Princess, so they'll scoop it up afterwards. So that's how the deck performs on the play, but what does it do on the draw? Less? Our opponent for Game 2 is playing Mitsurugi, and we have opened a pretty decent piece of non-engine. They're going to begin with a copy of Pot of Extravagance, finding off the top a couple of cards, one of which is Pre-Preparation of Rites. They will activate it and then activate the effect of Habakiri. We will go for the Fulos here. They will grab and then tribute a copy of Saji. That triggers the effect of the Saji as we draw a second copy of Fulos. Ooh, excellent. From here, they can use Mitsurugi Ritual. They will summon out this copy of Habakiri and then activate the effect of Kusanagi and the effect of Aramasa in sequence, grabbing a copy of Ame no Murakumo, then mirroring it to their side of the field so they don't trigger our Fulos. That's irritating. Afterwards, they will go for Mitsurugi Ritual from deck, and we will draw 2 cards off of it. Well, we only get 1 card in net advantage, courtesy of the effect of a Murakumo, but still, no big deal. We get to draw 2 here, one of which is the Celandeo we just discarded. They'll bring back this Murakumo, set 5, and pass back to us. Okay, how are we going to do this? Well, we'll begin with Miscellaneousaurus. That's going to fetch out the Great Purification. Unsurprisingly, they'll go for Murakumo here, bringing it back. Then afterwards, we'll activate Fossil Dig. We will grab a copy of Soul Eating Overraptor and activate its effect in order to grab from deck to hand a copy of Laios. We'll go for Celandea here, summoning itself and then triggering its on-field effect into a Futsu. That will get them back the Kusanagi and us back the Miscellaneousaurus as they Kusanagi and super polymerization our board. God, this deck just plays such powerful non-engine. Okay, let's go for the graveyard effect of Misk for a returned Dino Deneen. We'll activate its effect once again into Futsu, and they will chain Forbidden Crown to prevent it from being used for anything. The Gorgon's Gaze is very strong. They'll go Saji afterwards for the Mirror, and we will Fossil Dig once again for a copy of Overraptor. Finally, we will go for Applied Experiment. Of course, we'll discard to resolve this and find off the top a Celandea and... oh my god, are we gonna die? Okay, there's Overraptor. We're down to 32, and we get to summon Alos. Alos effect here is going to be met with Mitsurugi Prayers, which means that they'll be able to bring back the Murakumo and at Point of Resolution, activate its effect on field, though we do get our effect of our Researcher. They get to blow up the board. We'll activate Experiment here and make a Velox, but that's kind of a cold comfort. They will activate the effect of Mud Dragon of the Swamp, just for fun, I suppose, and then go to their main phase where they're going to link off for Gorgon. All right, well, let's go next. So it's time for game 3, and you know what that means, a best of 3 versus meta. Our opponent's playing Cool Toon. What else? And they have won the die roll. They're going to begin with a copy of Cool Toon Q. That's going to grab from deck a Cool Toon Rico, whose effect will trigger in order to get a Rotary. Now, we do get to Droll and Lockbird here, which is excellent, but also not the end of the game. They're going to trigger the effect of the Q and lock us into an Overraptor while we already have one in hand. Okay, Rotary's up next. They will normal summon Mix, activate its effect to get from Yard, go Remix, set an Infip, and pass. That's rough. Okay, let's go to the main phase and activate the effect of the Overraptor. They will imperm this. Okay, wow. I guess the applied experiment, okay, that is going to get ashed. Pass? During the end phase, Remix comes down and they're just going to make Trackmaker here. Trackmaker 1, Rico 2. Let's just go next. An exceptionally embarrassing game 1, but perhaps game 2 will go better. Already our hand looks stronger. We are going to begin, unsurprisingly, with a copy of Mega Corilla. That's going to cycle alongside a Kimridge for a Leos, then we'll activate the Leos effect into an Effect Veiler. Okay, alright, we've got a Tactics. From here, we can activate the Leos effect again for fun before activating Kimridge in order to grab an Applied Experiment. Please don't kill yourself. 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 Okay, we didn't. We'll go for an Alos here. We got a Deneen in the yard here. We'll activate its effect to bring it back, then activate Return Dino Deneen in order to grab a copy of Suppression Squad. We'll look at the hand here, and seeing the shields are down, we can probably actually win this one. We'll go for Return Dino into Evolve Deneen. We'll activate Deneen's effect in order to grab a copy of Partner Solanda. Then we'll activate its effect in order to summon it to our side of the field, and it's on field effect to bring back this Kimridge. Now we'll go for a Cross Sheep and activate the effect of Suppression Squad in a non-linked zone. We'll activate the effect of the Suppression Squad, getting off the top. Overraptor to the yard. Then afterwards, we will bring back this Evolved Deneen, triggering the effect of the Cross Sheep to bring back the Overraptor, and then activating its effect in order to grab a Miscellaneous Source. This is working out. We're going to go Dolka, activate the Miscellaneous Source, and then we'll go for a Princess, bring back the Miscellaneous Source, and then overlay for a Logia. Finally, we'll end on an Amblo Whale and an Ash Blossom before passing back to our opponent, who draws a Bell. They'll begin with Q. That is worth a Dolka to me. After that, they're going to activate the effect of their Synchro Overtake. We know that's the only spell in their hand, so we'll negate it, and they will scoop it up. So it's time for that all-important Game 3, and oh my god, we've drawn 3 cards for going second, and I can already tell it's not going to matter. Our opponent's going to begin with a copy of Rico. Ash feels so bad against this strategy. We'll activate it, then Chain of Fubulos. They're going to activate Ash Blossom in response, so we have to just sit and take it. Down comes Duelist Genesis for a KTS, horrible, which means they're going to be able to Synchro Overtake to summon a copy of Mix to their side of the field. Mix triggers and enables them to grab from deck to hand a copy of Rotary. That's going to go to the yard for a Trackmaker. They will look at our hand, trigger the effect of the Trackmaker in order to grab a JJ, and then grab another copy of KTS as well. JJ comes down, and down goes Mix. They will go ahead and grab a copy of Q to grip, then extra normal the Q to their field, which means they can use its effect to bring back Mix and go into Remix, activate the effect of the Q, and brick us as well. They are going to go ahead and banish this Celandea and put that Laios on the bottom before setting 2. We'll draw for turn. Wow, that's a little late. We're going to go for Fossil Dig here. They will go for Cool Toon Remix to get back the Ash Blossom. They're going to go for Rico. Then Rico effect, we will chain Misk. That's fine, but the Misk is going to be easy pickings for that Ash Blossom. We'll go Pankratops to force out a KTS, and it does work, but it doesn't really do anything because the Pankratops, of course, is going to be fodder for the Zaylin. They elect to not even do it. Instead, just going KT Synchro for a back-to-back-to-back-to-back. They will queue us here in order to banish our Harpy's Feather Duster and put the other on the bottom. As we go Miscellaneous Source, they go Ash Blossom, and not a lot we can do from this position. Let's summon out that Suppression Squad, activate the effect into back-to-back targets Zaylin, and we'll scoop it up. So we're back with the deck, and, well, what do you expect? Let's do the pros and cons. First, the pros. 1. The new GMX cards do give the deck more extenders, another fusion spell, and another fusion to play around with. Celandea is just a free body that summons back a level 4 lower GMX or dinosaur, so it's kind of like Lantern. 2, it's a dino deck, so you get to play Misk. Misk is an incredible card. OV searching Misk and then activating it protects you for the rest of the combo from everything including Nib because you set up a monster negate to summon 5, so you can set up a board without worrying too much about Veiler or Imperm or Harmonia. And 3, the board the deck makes if you're uninterrupted is kind of incredible. You get 3 to 5 negates plus Promethean plus IP, so it's almost impossible to break. It even has a fair amount of non-engine space, so it's flexible. Let's get to the cons. 1. The deck relies on seeing dinosaurs, and there just aren't enough good dinosaurs in the game right now. Misk is the only good one, so we facilitate around that with 4 normals that can get access to Misk, with OV as the better of the 2. 2, Droll totally reduces the ceiling of the board, much more than other decks playing right now because the deck searches 4 to 5 times for fusion material or fetching 55. And 3, the deck can't play through 2 breakers to save its life unless your opponent lets you full combo, and you don't really have any recovery that other decks do, so it's sort of all or nothing. All in all, I can't wait for the OCG card that saves this archetype. So that's that. These videos are made possible by, and occasionally suggested by, my patrons, some of whom have paid top dollar to be mentioned at the end of this video. Here they are now. First up, Van, followed by hashtag Unban Meowmoo, Absolutely Fran, Elena Tincher, Allison Elliott, Ally, APK Pearly Tier 0, Brett Henry, Broski TCG, Cap, Cool Name, Dark Rebel XYZ, El Gravo, Emiliano Deverio, NB Adams, Fabrizio Petroli, Galactic Joey, Hongo Porongo, Hergalicious, Jackie Z, JP, Cole Offline, Creature, Legal Rights, Lucas Rosas, Luis Hernandez, MasterKey090, Matthew M. Derezo, MBT Hablando en Español, MBT Play Madolce, Mike Carlotti, N54 Lionheart, Nacho, Pombo, Pyramid Artisan Field Cloths and TCG Accessories, Rancer My Thing, Rohan Doge, Rose Lapine, Serpentax, Shifter.mp8, Sly Ninja 43, Troy Says By Erasure is Gay, Uznik, Yuki Kazami, and Zircon Sun. Couldn't have done it without you.